Yes, hello boys, hello. I am so excited for this, boys. This is the first music review I've ever done. Always wanted to do something like this, never got around to it, and finally I'm doing it, boys. So I hope you're well. I'm well. I'm very, very well. I'm just chilling out and just ready to kick things off with bloody Ulver, the Assassination of Julius Caesar. Now, obviously, a lot of you would know Ulver as the black metal band from the 90s that released seminal albums such as Bergtat. And throughout the noughties, obviously, they experimented a lot. There's some hints of them going in this 80s kind of synth pop direction. However, it still kind of came out of the blue. Like, everyone was kind of really surprised when they came out with this album last year, and rightly so, because it's like a Depeche Mode album, just out of nowhere, you know. Like, sure, there's Shadows of the Sun and what's the other ones? fucking Roman numerals and stuff. So I suppose there's like little hints, you know, with the Roman numerals of them doing a synth pop concept album about literally the downfall of Rome. Insane, right? Insane. No one really predicted this, and I don't blame them, because they pulled it off so well. It was seamless, wasn't it, boys? Like, if any of you have listened to this album, you know just how seamlessly they transitioned into the sound, how the instrumentals are so nicely fleshed out. They're so cinematic. You feel like you're in like a James Bond kind of film. Like a James Bond ancient Rome kind of film is the way I'll describe it, because there's so much cinematic, like, just thematic themes with it, and just like as a concept album, it's just woo. For a start, the album cover's brilliant, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's the rape of what is it, Persephone or something like that in the Villa Borghese, Borgia, Borgia. If you've played the Assassin's Creed games, then you know what the Villa Borgia is. I'm pretty sure it's the mission in Brotherhood where you have to follow the fucking fat banker around. I'm pretty sure that's the place. And I've actually been there in real life, and it was my favorite place in Europe, actually, just with the sun going down with Rome. And I can see Ulver just being there and in Rome, and just having this idea, like, we should do a concept album about this. We should do a concept album about ancient Rome, because if you're like a history buff, you don't even have to be a history buff, but it's just so easy to be fascinated by Rome. And so this is right up my alley. And even playing Total War games, that kind of thing, that's always so fun as well. So I was always into Rome, and when this album came out, like, dropped last year, I immediately fell in love with it, boys. Fucking immediately. What really stands out to me is the way his voice is produced. There's a lot of reverb, but it's not, it suits the sound. Like, it's not overbearing. Like, it's like the Depeche Mode, right, where the reverb actually suits the music. Sometimes you get too much reverb on too many vocals, and it just feels just not good. But with this style of music, with that instrumental backdrop, with those synthetic synthpop percussive elements, it just suits so well. It just comes together like a proper package, my friends. Like a package. I don't know how else to pronounce it. I love how I've actually got Italy over. Whoop, there it is. Bleep. There we go. So it kind of suits the review a bit, I guess, doesn't it? I didn't think about that, but yeah, for sure. There are refrains on songs like 1969, like Helter Skelter, you know, that kind of thing. And how does it go? The day of Rome shall fall, when Carlos falls, Rome shall fall. When Rome falls, so falls the world. That kind of thing, right? So those refrains were stuck in my head for days, going into weeks, going into months, going into fucking and it's just wonderful, man. Like, I just love and the Helter Skelter one's fun as well. Like, you're just listening to 1969 and you're like, okay, where's this going? This is kind of wandering around, it's not going anywhere, and then it just goes Helter Skelter. And fucking the female vocals, the women vocals, they work so well in tandem with his voice as well. Like, whenever they put in like songs like Rolling Stone and that kind of thing, and obviously 1969, they work really well. It's a nice little addition. It helps break up just, you know, his sort of crooning like voice going again and again, song after song. Let me tell you, So Falls the World stands out to me as one of my favorite songs of last year, with that refrain. Just that encapsulates the album's concept perfectly to me. I just feel like I feel like I'm watching Rome burn, listening to the song, with my headphones on. I actually get goosebumps still just listening to it, just feeling the emotion, and there's so much emotion in his voice. Even just talking about it, I'm not sure if you can see this, I'm getting fucking goosebumps just thinking about it, because it just, whoa, it's just so good. And I never thought they could just seamlessly just work with this. Like, the songwriting's so good as well, my friends. The songwriting is just so consistent throughout the album. And, like, yeah, it drags in a couple places. It's a little slow off the line maybe here and there. And by the end of the album, like, your ears are kind of tired of those same progressive, you know, the fucking synthpop, bloody 80s, dark, fucking... Your ears do grow a little... tired of it by the end of the album, but still the songwriting is so consistent that it kind of overrides the tiredness, and you still appreciate even the last couple songs, and definitely especially with Help This Get Down. Anyway, wrong. Yeah, if you haven't listened to the album, you're probably thinking, what is this guy on? Nah, seriously, it's brilliant. And you know, there's so many concept albums out there which are so long-winded and convoluted, and they've got all these things and they're not fully fleshed out. And to be fair, in a lot of ways this isn't fleshed out that much as a concept album, like not necessarily so, but because it's so sort of abstract, and it's abstract and lucid, surreal and real at the same time. It's got this confluence of factors, just this kind of create this sort of portrait of Rome, stylized with like that marbled, it's like a marbled exterior, this kind of sound. It's just so good, my friends. It's so fucking good. I mean, I'd rate this, like I said, my ears do get tired by the end of the album, and you know, even though the songwriting is consistent, it doesn't always reach the highs of, say, So Fools the World, etc. So I'd give it more like a 4.5 out of 5 than anything higher than that. But still, when it reaches those peaks, and even when it doesn't, it's still so immersive. It's still so immersive, boys. What else can I say about this? It's just so fucking good, man. I think that's pretty much it. I'm pretty sure that's yeah. I mean, again, conceptually, like it's just nice and concise as well. It's nice and concise. So I hope you enjoyed this. I was about to say reaction, music review, I suppose you could say, because I certainly love this album. I think more people should listen to it. If you've listened to it, feel free to let me know. Comment, subscribe, like, eat pistachios. It all helps the channel grow, as you already know. That's going to be my fucking catchphrase, maybe. But I love all you guys, and I appreciate this. And yeah, just should definitely listen to this album if you haven't. And it is a far cry from fucking Bergtat. In fact, that's another thing. I tried listening to Bergtat when I was 12. I couldn't really get into it, I think because of the production at the time. But since then I haven't listened to it, so I'm thinking, you know, Bergtat could be a good music reaction thing, or even, I haven't even listened to any Burzum at all, so Burzum is another good shout, hey. But, yeah, alright, just have a good one, alright, boys? Have a good one. Hey, that's a short review, fucking about 9 minutes, too easy, lads, too easy. Alright, catch you later, have fun. Woo!